What is up, guys? Welcome to this episode of Shipwrecked Mopars. We got Scott's car up on the lift. Got about 20 days, and we're digging in now. Had some family obligations to take care of the past couple weeks between a kid's birthday party and a wedding. I haven't had much time to get on the power tour build. It is now crunch time. I've cleared my slate. We're working on Scott's car, and we're going to get it done. Let's go. First thing I'm doing, I already got the straps loose here and removed. I'm going to pop this drive shaft out. I'm going to come over here and back off these torsion bar adjusters. That way it takes tension off of the springs, torsion bars. That way when I remove the trans cross member, these won't swing down. I was going to do the front end rebuild and brakes first. However, I really decided I need to find out what's going on with this crank flange. Which one is it? What engine even is this? That way, you know, we know my new clutch works and I don't have to order a new flywheel. Because if I need to order a new flywheel, I need to know that now. I already popped these straps loose, so it makes it a little bit easier on us. 4 3/8 little bolts. It's a small U-joint on here too. Wonder what year they started making the 7290. There we go. One drive shaft. While it's out, I'm going to put in new U-joints. Oh, leaking some trans fluid. It looks nice. Yeah, that looks really good. Just good old gear oil is what it smells like. Nice and clean. I think that's what we want to see, right? Alright, now I'm going to spray down these torsion bar adjuster bolts, some PB, because you generate some heat when you're pulling these puppies off. It's a fine thread and they're always very, very under load. 15/16 is the size. Get up in there. Work it back and forth a little bit so you're clearing out the threads too, because these things are usually disgusting. God dang. Told you they're under quite a bit of stress. Run it back in some, clean up the threads. There's so much, like I said, it's a fine thread and they get so filthy. It's just a combination for struggle. And this thing has no problem breaking stuff loose. Something hot just landed on me. Backed all the way off, but usually I like to take them all the way out, grease them up, and put it back in. This one might just have to leave it there. It's loose, there's no more tension on the bar. That's it, she's stuck. But adjuster's back all the way off. We'll do the same thing over here. We just know we're gonna leave the bolt in it, I guess. Okay. Other side seized. Speeding up. I was like, what? No way. Oops, right in the coolant. Always. Maybe for a good reason. That thing needed to cool off. Holy cow. Yeah, that's just done. Good thing I'm changing the control arms. Anyway, so those are backed all the way off. Now I'll come back here to the trans cross member. And now I'm going to get after these 3/4 bolts. Looks like we've got a couple missing. Ones that go straight up. So it should be pretty easy. Got my trans jack in here. That way when the trans cross member comes out, you get the whole thing lean it on the trans jack, and then I'll get the chains around it, get her locked down. Normally you got a 3/4 for your trans cross member bolts. Alright, we got one more going straight up and down. Passenger side, what I'm going to do is pump up the trans jack a little. That way it at least has pressure on it, so it shouldn't fling the cross member down at me. See, it came out nice. Looks like I just got this bolt, and I can take the cross member off of the trans. And then we got 4 5/8 bolts. We're going to start backing that trans out of there. It's just a half inch. Freaking thing wasn't even tight. There we go. One trans cross member. One. My cheater pipe. Alright, let me crack this last one on top over here loose. Hopefully, this one's really difficult to get at. It's my first time messing with a 4-speed of any sort, so I'm gonna need a wrench on this one. Let me see if I can make some more room there by lowering this down some. Come on down. Alright, definitely got room to get up in there and work now. And the trans is draining a little bit better. To go from the top and behind. Got my 1/2 inch Milwaukee, so I got all the torque. Boom. Nice. And I'm gonna get this safety chain on it. Trans model is horribly loose. That's not good. That means these are loosened up, and I can just zap them with the gun real quick. Last one. Alright, so the trans is unbolted from the bell housing. Time to slide it back and see what is what. Oh, I gotta get this speedometer cable sorted out quick. Boom. Alright. Upon some further investigation, it looks like it's hung up on this hub here. So I got the clutch fork out of there, disconnected it from the throwout bearing. Now I got some room to get in there. I'm going to put some PB blaster. I couldn't seem to get these two to come apart, and I didn't really want to hurt anything. It's all coming apart anyway, so I went ahead and zapped all the bell housing bolts loose, popped this apart, took the clutch loose from the flywheel. Now we're bringing her out. See if we can pull it back some. Yeah, start to come down a little. And boom. The A833 bell housing are out, and we have a 6-bolt crank in this engine. Oh, I don't know what the heck it is at that point. Bushing in there, flush. Okay, got some heat cracks in there, but it mostly seems even. I'm gonna get that resurfaced or not. One of my older 4-speed buddies, gurus, said he would just leave it alone if it's not destroyed. I'll see what I can do to clean it up safely and slap a new disc on it. Don't have to buy a flywheel. But I did notice the Z-bar needs probably to be rebuilt. Brewer sells all that stuff. I should be able to order that up pretty quick. Here's the old clutch. Had plenty of clutch left. Yeah, nah, that was getting kind of thin, I suppose. Sweet, looks just like the one I got for it. Just got to get this flywheel off of this engine, and then some of the front accessories, pulleys, belts, alternator, power steering pump. Put it all on the 3D3, which I'm going to start building tomorrow, I think. I got a new throwout bearing and a new clutch, so get rid of this guy here. Yep, starting to pop apart. Sheesh. No, it's pretty heavy. There we go. No, it was heavy. Dang. Whew. Do a workout with this. Mainly just wanted to take it apart because I'm going to clean this and get all this orange paint off of here. Check the fluid in it. Just clean everything, grease everything. I don't know why someone attacked it with orange paint, but I'm sure that wasn't done that way originally. It's a couple days later, Memorial Day. 2 weeks now. 2 weeks until Power Tour with LOCUMOB's 4-speed car. And I'm sure you guys are like, wow, Wyatt, the car should be way further along. And you're right, it should be. But there's a ton of little stuff you got to pick at to where when it's time to do it all, it's boom, boom, and done. But if you don't do the, pick at the little stuff like cleaning the engine, getting everything ready. Here, all this stuff over here, beautifully clean. Got my new sonic cleaner running back here, cleaning up bolts. Trans is out, separated from the belt housing. I measured here for my pilot bushing. It's drilled deep enough, but it's not wide enough. They didn't ream it out from what I read. So I had to get the undersize, 0.915. This whole engine's pretty much cleaned up. As good as it's gonna get. There's some stuff on the cylinder walls, but I think that'll go away as soon as it starts running again. Brand new 5/16 heads for it, ready to go. Basically just waiting on oil pickup tube and red paint. I want to clean this off real good, make sure there's no crud in it from when I cleaned the deck surfaces and got all the paint off of it. Probably give it a good rinse outside once more and then slap it together with all this stuff. Shifter is out, trans is out. I'm going to contact the glass guy this week. We're going to get this yanked now. Nothing's really connected on it at all. Thinking we need to steal the distributor from it, accessories, alternator, and the 4-barrel intake just in case. Oh, and my brand new fuel pump or oil pump that's on it. And we need the fuel pump off this engine too. Also off camera, I took the time and got the bushings pressed out of these lower control arm cores, cleaned them up, ran them through the sonic cleaner, gave them a coat of some like cast iron, metallic dark metal, Krylon Fusion. They look okay. Got the upper arms painted chassis black. There's some Rust-Oleum on them. They're not powder coated, but they look pretty good for just a poof can. And then I got maybe an afternoon cleaning and painting to get this 3D3 together. And then we're going to be waiting on the pilot bushing, which should be here sometime this week. If I could have it all sitting together in the car by Friday, to where all I got to do is plumb it under the hood, get the exhaust done next door, and have my glass guy come and put glass in it, we're going to be golden. But all right, let's get this engine pulled out of here and rob what we need off of it. And then we're 50% there. Fingers crossed we make it. 2 weeks from today. I need to be in Joliet. It looks like it's going to take 2 years to get done. The professionals can do it in 5 days. I realized when all those guys from Moto Trend had to, focus on YouTube only, right at the same skill level I've been operating at because of them for about 10 years now. So they can put together, they have the stuff and they can put the cars together. I have the stuff. Let me put the car together with no help. Power Tour. For some reason, this is what we love to do. Wait till the last minute and thrash. But it's so fun, isn't it? All right, let's get this engine out. This is an earlier block. It should have an 8-bolt flange, and it does not. So I have no idea what the mystery bee is. Well, it's the mystery bee. Car out the way. Come on, you can stay. I don't know what this is. Casting number says 350. It's got every freeze plug in it backwards. Don't know what the heads are. I want to say they're 906s. All right. All right. We're back on Scott's car. It's Wednesday, the 27th. Significant progress has been made. Let me show you what we got going on. Transmission is no longer orange. It's a proper cast iron shade. Took a little bit of time to clean up all that orange paint off of there and degrease it, making it look a little bit more proper. Hardware cleaned that I've been, you can hear it in the background. I got my ultrasonic cleaner going. Happy birthday to me. Lower control arms ready to go. Sitting right here, driver's side. Paint got a little beat up putting the bushings in, but I'll touch it up when it's in there. I'm going to swap this gearbox out with the one in the car outside. I mean, it's just sitting here not even running and leaking. So, pop the pins out of that. And while I'm at it, Scotty bought one of them Lares 220s. Throw one of them in so I don't die. I pressure washed the whole engine bay yesterday and then started to disassemble the front suspension. Gonna pop these lower control arms out with the torsion bars. Gotta get this Z-bar out. There's a little clip back over here. Need to pop that guy out. Get the Z-bar out. I got new bushings for it. And run it through the cleaner in there and get it all rebuilt. Everything I need is here. Literally, engine's ready to get assembled. Got my new heads. Maybe tonight I will get the heads on and an oil pan on it. That way we can wrap this puppy up. Get this connected to that and back in the car. And we'll go do 4-speed things. Be great. Are you rebuilding the front end on your classic Mopar muscle car? Yet you don't have the proper tool to remove the torsion bars, and you really don't want to buy one because this is the only time you're going to do it? I will show you how you can remove a torsion bar very easily without gouging it or nicking it or putting any tools on the bar itself. If you're the guy that's rebuilding a front end, just doing something other than changing the torsion bars. If you're a racer and you're trying to just change torsion bars to a lighter spring, you need the tool. Get the tool. But if you're like the average Joe just rebuilding this front end, only going to need to do this one time, this trick is for you. And I'm going to show you how to do it. Easy way to remove torsion bars. It's just the greatest thing in the world. Let me show you. Okay. You're going to want to get your front end torn down something like this. Spindle out of the way. Tension off of the bar. Strut loosened. Big bolt off your lower control arm. Loosened. Like I said, you want no tension on the bar. You want that just in there. You come back and you pull the clip like I did. There's a little clip in here that holds it in. Now, like I said, you got to be pretty much just the lower control arm laying here. What you're going to do is you're going to push the whole assembly back towards the back of the car. I'm going to show you now. All you need, one tool, maybe two tools if you need a pry bar. We got a little movement there. Just want to knock it all back that way. Starting to get some movement. One thing I do recommend you do, come to this torsion lug. You can see it already moved some. It did push some crap out, but there's a lot of crap in this. Grease and just dirt and who knows what. Get this nice and warm. All that decades old grease. I will say normally I get them to pop out right away. I don't have to do this, but every one of these old cars is a little different in how they want to come apart. That hex as clean as I can. Heat it up again, and then I'm gonna try and smack it. See if we can get some movement out of it now. Like this. Now your torsion bar is out. But you still got the control arm on there. What are you going to do? Once you've got the control arm out of its hole in either the K-frame, or in this case this is a C-body, the stub frame, you just want to take your little tappy here. Boom. Lower control arms out. Boom. They just pop right off. Alright, it's the next afternoon. I cranked all night last night. Upper control arms on, lowers on, struts in, spindles are on, as you can see. Pretty much where we're at the moment. Now on this side, when I got the donor car these SSBCs came on, the caliper was mounted forward. Now out of sheer curiosity, when I had that car in the shop and was dismantling it, I wanted to see if I could put the caliper rear facing, because I think this is better. I think. This way it's not pulling down on the caliper when it's trying to stop it. Otherwise, you know, here could pull the caliper down. If this bracket's cheap, could break it off. But I feel like if it's grabbing the rotor as it's coming up, less chance of bending or anything. I don't know. My buddy Nick in Canada scared me on some aftermarket brake stuff, so I got thinking what I could do to make it better. Plus, normally you see a caliper's riding in the back. Normally. So I got to flip it around on this side, but that's no big deal. Got to start running the brake lines. I did pull the gearbox out, which required pulling the column out, which was fun. I'm going to clean up the gearbox from the parts car and put it in, because this one was just leaking like a sieve. Hopefully that one doesn't do the same. At the same time, I'm going to rebuild that little steering coupler. But I'm taking a break from suspension today. We're going to get going on this engine. Pretty much ready to go on this. Just got to spray these heads down. They're pretty greasy from when I packed them away. But man, they look like the heads I had redone 5 years ago. They sure do. Squeaky clean. Let's get all this grease off of them. Alright, got one head cleaned over here. Gonna blow it off with some air. Got my shim gasket over here on the engine with the copper coat. Gonna blow that head off real quick and slam it on and torque it down. Got the head on, all the bolts hand started, and what I'm going to do, I've got my Ooga Dooga here on the lowest setting, one click in the factory pattern, just to get everything snug. Just snugging everything up. Alright, and I'm going to just keep going with that process. Now I'm going to go ahead and torque it down in 2 steps, maybe 3. I think I'll break it down to 3. And the first time I'm going to do the sequence, factory sequence, going in here, then moving here, then bouncing back and forth. But on the second time I'm going to start here and then move here and bounce the other way. So that way on the third pass, full torque will be the factory pattern they want you to torque it in. I got my torque wrench set to 30. I'm going to go 30, then like 50, and then we'll go all the way up to 70 for factory torque spec on these. Pretty sure it's 70. I should double check the book, but I'm pretty sure it's 70. It's kind of making like an X over the cylinders anyway. Just make sure you're pulling it down even. Another thing, notice how much I'm turning it. The Milwaukee didn't really do anything. I just got them down snug. All right, that's 30. I'm gonna turn this guy up. We'll do 55 foot-pounds. Like I said, instead of going from the center out to the right, I'm gonna go from the center down to the left this time. That way, again, third and final pass will be the right way. I don't know why, I've just always done it this way. Boom. Now we'll bump it up to 70 foot-pounds. And actually, let me just double check here. I might as well be sure, you know. Double checking here in the service manual. Cylinder head bolt, 70 foot-pounds. Boom. Right on the money. Boom. And there you have it. It's torqued. Run over it one more time real quick just to make sure. Done. Alright, now what I'm going to do is get my paint marker, mark all those bolts. That is done, torqued, ready to go. Woo, pretty. Just take my yellow paint marker here. Quite literally, just make a little slash on all of them. Yellow means it was touched. There we go, and we'll move on to the other side. 70 really is not far from 55. I think it'll be all right. All right, 70 foot-pounds. Let me get my marker, and that'll wrap up the long block. I really didn't need to do this. Like I said, it had open chamber heads on it. I had these fresh 5/16s, big valves, sitting in boxes for years. Literally years I've had these heads waiting to be used. Couldn't think of a better time than now to put them to use on this 66 engine, which should have had 5/16s anyway. All right, that means we are torqued to spec, and this is good to go. So I'm gonna roll it back, get these push rods in on this side. You can see I already got the rockers, push rods in over here. I'm gonna do the same over here now. Then we can roll it over. I got a brand new pickup tube for it. Get that threaded in. Maybe roll it back this way, get the oil pump thrown on it. And then I think that'll be everything that's gonna be getting painted will be on the engine. Maybe I'll get the little straps, you know, little bars here for the valley pan, get them on. Yep, sounds like a plan. Get a little assembly lube down into these lifters. And I already saved all these push rods in the right orientation from where they came out of. We are using different rocker arms. It'll be all right though. Fun fact, if you have a tapered push rod like this, that always goes down into the lifter. Because that's the difference. These are on 67 and later Chrysler big blocks. They changed the lifter style in 68, and the ball size, cup size is the same on top and bottom of the push rod. It's the only difference. Ailerons on. Dabble little tips a little bit, so everything's not wet or dry when it goes on. This is always a challenging thing. I kind of just get everything roughly lined up, hand thread a couple of them, start sticking push rods for rocker arms. What you don't want is to try and tighten this down, and then you got a push rod under the shaft and you bend something. But you just take your time and work through it. See, that one was holding it up. Back it up a little. Try and get these two stuck in there. The assembly lube kind of helps like glue too. Helps them things stick where you need them most of the time. Naturally, they want to fall under, and if you're not paying attention, you get yourself trapped. Have to take it all back apart. And with these, I do the same thing with my gun on the lowest setting. We're going to torque both sides here in a second too. With my gun on its lowest setting, just to snug it up. And I try and work from the inside out on these. Boom. All of these are in the proper orientation. What you want to do when you're doing these Mopars and you're dealing with shaft mounted rockers, you need to pay attention for, and I'll show you on the old ones, how you're putting it on. Because if you flip this over and drop bolts into the engine, you'll see there's holes. The holes need to face down so everything gets fed oil. Those holes are facing up, you will have a valve train failure. And that's not something anybody wants. Just something. Talking about making stuff stretch. I am going to pre-lube the entire engine. I would say it's time to get the book out and see what the torque spec is for them rocker shafts. My brain tells me it's 25 foot-pounds. Rocker shaft bracket bolt, 25 foot-pounds. Would you look at that? $25 foot-pounds. Come back, run across these one more time. 5. Boom, done deal. Now the long block is assembled, which is exactly what we started with a few days ago. But we know what size pistons we have. We know it's 30 over. We know these heads are brand new. We know it's squeaky clean on the inside. Let's turn it over a little bit. I do know I have a main and a rod cap underneath that I need to tighten. Hear all them awesome snapping valve train noises. Boom. One full rotation down. I am stoked about this. Now I need to go find some of these little guys to go across there. I could roll it over now for the new oil pickup. Boom. Some of the assembly lube is already on the crank. Let's see. It should just be hand tight. This one, 3. So 3 and this rod bolt are the ones I got to tighten. But just to be sure, I think I'm going to go over all of them. Because I ain't playing no games with no broken internals. Because I goofed up when I was inspecting my engine. Before I torque it down, I'll show you guys. You've seen the condition before the heads went on. Beautiful. A little bit of water in there from when I cleaned it. That'll go away as soon as I prime it up. I'd say it looks pretty dang good. All things considered. A little bit of the first coating removed on these bearings. No scratches, the crank feels beautiful. I'd say that was from when it was a fresh rebuild. And this is what the bearing should look like. I'm happy with it. We're gonna run it. This from Soaking Lifters on a different engine. Nice coat of oil. There, I'll drip some from my finger onto the crank. Very nice. A little bit of moisture from when we had it apart, but no major scratches or dirt. A couple little imperfections in that bearing surface, but I mean, this is an old, who knows when this engine was rebuilt. Could look a lot worse. I would say that it looks like normal wear on those. All right. That's basically it for the bottom end. I'm going to torque these two down and double check the rest, make sure we're still good. Get the oil pickup in up here. And I think we're good to go on the bottom end. Get that oil pan I gotta get that in the ultrasonic cleaner now. Put that guy in and yep. That'll do it. That'll get us there. See how fast it gets us there. Alright, we got 45 and 85 on these torques. That's what the book says. These are not ARP fasteners, so I'm going to go by that 45 number. And then it says main cap bolt 85 foot-pounds. Better set to 45. Now let's make sure all my other main connecting rods haven't been touched. Can't get to that one. Get to all the ones I can get to. I know I didn't touch them all. In case I did, and I don't recall doing it, I want to be ready. And you can't really get at those two, but I know I haven't touched them because you can't really get at them. Alright, this bottom end is good to go. I'm going to go get my oil pickup, we're going to pop it in, and we'll get it slapped together with its new gasket. Kind of sucks I'm putting a chrome timing cover on it because I can't fully bolt the oil pan and front cover on. So I had to get something shiny. This is a race car. Going racing on the power tour. Bang some gears. Drink some beers. I'm going to go get the pickup from the car. Got my Melling pickup tube. 6.3 S3. This is like the stock one for these C bodies. Got it off the good old Easybays. This is the seller if you want to look them up. I got all sorts of stuff. This is brand new, but just in case, I'm going to blow it out with some compressed air quick. Just threads in over here. Come on, let's get started. There we go. Quite a few more turns in there. Gets pretty tight in there. Might be it. Might need another turn. But that looks like the right pickup tube, that's for sure. I ordered that before my Sonic cleaner came. Could have cleaned up one. Probably made it look that nice. But alright, next. It's going to be probably a few minutes. Get that oil pump and that oil pan on. And this unit will be ready for paint. Paint, paint, paint. Oh my gosh, it's here already. Alright. Alright, I just rolled the motor over several times and brought each set of rods up to where I could torque them all. And I'm glad I did, because I knew I did one. But part of me was screaming on the inside, you checked another one. And sure enough, this one right here, which would be 5, as you can see by the markings on the connecting rod, 5 was loose as well. And that's because I knew I checked bearings. I just wanted to see, kind of get an indication of what we were starting with here. And it looks pretty good. Got my new oil pickup in, threw the oil pump on. So right now I'm just cooking this oil pan in here. Goes on there, we got no problems. Man, this place is a wreck. Maybe I'll do a little cleaning too. Alright, it's however many days later and I've just been cranking on this thing. 383 is in, it's painted, the car runs, it's got brakes, it's got all new lines, brakes seem to be working. I haven't even taken the drums off yet. Shifter is back in, trans is back in, clutch is replaced, engine is in and runs. She's steaming. Of course, you know, I gotta know if it's worth it before we start filling it with all these juices. Also, it's good to get a little bit of heat in the head gaskets and just in the engine in general. But it's in. The front end is completely done. Brakes are bled. Clutch is adjusted. Soon as I get the glass in the car tomorrow, steering column back in, I should be able to take it for a rip. Oh, it's going to need a cooling system. There's got to be a radiator around here that'll work. Gotta be, right? Need to hook up a PCV valve. I'm probably gonna end up hating these valve covers. I think it came out great. I know you're wondering, what's a single 4-barrel doing on there? Thought we were doing tunnel ram, Wyatt. What's going on? Hold your horses. I have this carburetor and 2 matching carburetors that we talked about. I think, not 100%, but I think what I'd like to do, I don't have time to mess with carbs. But what I do have time to do, get this thing on the power tour and maybe at one stop, swap out and put one of them other carbs on, see how it works. Get it dialed in. If it works, okay. Next stop, swap the other one on. Do the same thing. Now, my carbs, I know they work. Pop the tunnel ram on because, you know, this is a big block Mopar. There's no coolant going through this intake. It's 8 bolts. Pop the tunnel ram intake on. Tighten it back down. I already got all the linkage stuff. It might be something I do on the tour. I might bring a saw and, you know, a cutoff wheel, and we might do it. What do you say? That'd be some fun content. What's up, everybody? The 4-speed car. Power tour is tomorrow. I did it. I built this car in record time, and I know I kind of said that we were gonna do like a build series and stuff. If I would have had the camera and been breaking this down, I wouldn't be here. It wouldn't be done. It's a lot, and I'm only one person, but I built it, but it's done. Let's check this rig out. It is a unit. The LOCUMOB. It's even got a self-ejecting vinyl top that's beating the hell out of everything. My gauges are rigged in. Need to rig in a console or a tack. Oops. Wish I had one of them fancy console tacks. Glass is in. I don't know if I got brake lights. Not really worried about it. I'll pull the switch out of this other car. Maybe it just needs adjusted. This thing is radical, and it frickin' scoots. At least it feels like it does. Probably because I'm rowing gears in a big old C body. Look at that beautiful engine. Damn, dude. Got my Willwood stuff working. Don't see the lines don't. Oh, I got a little wetness on one of them. Let me tighten them up. Tighten them up. Overall, very, 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 very happy with what I've done. And I hope Scotty's looking down very, 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 very happy too. Look at this car. It just screams Scott Brown. And that was the whole thing I was going for, is making sure it was a scruffy, dilapidated Dodge that ran good. And I think I frickin' nailed it. What do you guys think? If you met Scott and seen him at a car show, like, if you seen this car at a car show, you'd be like, where's Scotty? I know I would be. But that's where we're at. The power tour is tomorrow. Joliet, Illinois, Route 66 Raceway, 9 a.m. Got some final, I'm gonna change the oil. I only have water in it right now. I'm gonna put some real coolant in it. Top everything off. Instead, I see a little brake line might be a little seepy. Try and get that tightened up. Get a little tool bag together. Spare tire maybe. We're gonna get her done. We're gonna go on the power tour. And it's gonna be a blast. Historic, what is it? 100 years of historic Route 66 in a 66 for my buddy. Unreal. I could honestly cry. I didn't think I was gonna make it. It was looking kind of bleak there for a little bit, but I mean, I put in so many 14, 15-hour days in the last 2 weeks, just jamming on cleaning everything and getting stuff painted that needed to be painted, getting an engine thrown together, rebuilding the suspension in the front, shock plate, getting the glass ready to go in. I had to pull the glass out of the Fury over there, get it put into here. I mean, it was like a bunch of little stuff that added to this giant list. Like, I didn't think I was going to make it, honestly. I thought about pulling the plug, but I'm not a quitter. So, It made it to my house last night and back, no problem. I popped the clutch in first on accident once. It destroyed this tire. I didn't mean to, honestly. Like, I was just trying to go and it broke loose, and just, when I heard the tire squealing, I was like, well, then laid into it and it just let her eat. I love it. It's actually a really solid, it looks like a piece of crap, but it drives really good. And I did an alignment myself with a tape measure and bubble level. Nobody could get me in. Maybe I'll get an alignment on the tour, but I doubt it. It drives so good already. I could only make it better myself at this point. So that's where we're at. Stay tuned. We'll get the drive in. Everything, you know, we're going to hit the parking lots tomorrow night. It's probably going to be where the car show is. It sounds like it's going to rain all day. So tomorrow night's probably going to be hotel night. Hotel parties. So let's get it. I'll see you guys soon. LOCUMOB Long Haul 2026 Hot Rod Power Tour. Here we come.